What's up guys, this is Tim Wilson here from Tango 7 Gaming and welcome back to a playthrough of a new course, and we are doing it on the Hot or Not feature. As you can see on the top left hand corner, this is Melrose Golf Club. We are using the event version. This course has been created by Dylan Bronson, and I believe that this is either going to be on PC or Xbox, as it is showing up as the creator is a TGC member. So we're using the event version. I'm pretty sure this is the correct course. I'm just going to have a quick look at the yardage. Let's have a look at the scorecard. We are playing off the longest tees, so the black ones in this case. 7,584 yards. We are playing pin set 1, and we are playing with wind on low. And for those of you that don't know what this series is all about and you haven't checked out the first video in the series, we hit a fast on the first one there, but it's nice and straight. This is it's not a review of the course, it's just a playthrough of all the new courses that are actually listed on TGC Tours, hot new courses, and I am just giving my opinion on whether I think they are cool or cold, cold, cool, lukewarm or hot. So this is the second course that I'm playing. If you want to check out the first one, be sure to do that. That one is up and online already. So I am going to just try and ping this one in here nice and close. Hit it a little to the right. We should get a decent roll out. Let's see how greens look fairly firm. Got a little bit of a roll out. It looks like it is uphill towards that flag, so we should have an uphill putt here. 158, so the greens aren't that quick. I think I did see them as medium fast. 158 I wouldn't describe as too fast. That's quite slow. 187 being the fastest. It is uphill. It's always difficult when you're playing multiple different courses and the green speeds are changing between each one. You have to takes a little bit of time to get used to playing the different green speeds. I do believe that this is the autumn theme that's been used on this particular course. So far so good. A fairly calm, serene opening par 4. Nothing really difficult there. Looks and feels so far very much like a real course. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. A really tight landing area here, so we have to be accurate. Par 5 is the second hole, 555 yards. Not sure whether it's playing that complete yardage. We are going to have an uphill lie here. Yeah, and we are not going to be reaching the green in 2. So that means we are going to have to drop this back a little bit. We've got this uphill lie, so that is going to take a little bit of distance off of this 4 hybrid. Got 279 yards into the green here. I'm going to probably leave this about 70 or 80 yards shy. Yeah, 70 yards shy. Playing around 75 yards. Slight headwind's not going to make too much of a difference. I'm going to add a little bit of loft to this pitch shot just to try and take some of the pace off of it. Hit it nice and straight. Is it going to get up there? Oh, not quite. Didn't have the legs. Should be able to putt from there though. I'm not going to chip from 6 yards. 4 inches uphill. 18 feet. Just missed on the left side. We should be able to tap that in for a par. Pitch shot should have been closer, but nevertheless it's back-to-back pars. And the only reason I'm doing this, I mentioned this in the first video, is just to give you guys my opinion on whether I think the course is good or not, you know, hot or not. You're entitled to your own opinion. Get out there and play it. Feel free to add my ghost ball in there if you'd like to play against me. I'm not by far the best player out there. I do tend to shoot more often than not under par rounds, but there are an awful lot of people that are by far better than me at this game. I just like to give my opinion. create a video about it. If somebody likes to watch it and enjoys the videos, then great. If not, you know, play the course yourself, see what you think, and let me know. Drop it in the comments. You know, if you disagree with me on something, then by all means pop it into the comments. But this is my opinion, and as I say, you are more than welcome to your own opinion on the course itself. It is playing very, very much like a real course. I don't know whether it is a recreation of a real course or whether it is fictitious, but it is playing very much like a real course at the moment. Right, where are we going here? Dog leg left. Okay, so here, this is the first real risk-reward shot, because 42 feet down, 14 yards. So that's going to make that 299, 295. I'm still not going to get there. I'm going to play this smart, but that is, if you were playing with the master clubs, you would definitely be giving that a good crack off the tee, trying to hit this par 4 in one. Or if I was playing with the pro clubs like I am at the moment and I had a tailwind, with the low wind you don't get the benefit of that, but I didn't want the wind to actually come into play on this. I wanted to play the course in a pretty much neutral state, so in other words, no wind to affecting the way the course is being played. Alright, so we have 94 yards, slightly more than that. We've got a downhill lie, so that's going to add a couple more yards to this shot. So I'm just going to loft it up a little bit. Where is the flag? Right smack bang in the middle of that green. Alright, so that swing line was all over the place. But the outcome is not bad. I'll take that. That's going to be about 3 feet. So are we going to get back-to-back birdies here? Yes, we are. Alright, back-to-back birdies. Nice hole. Hole number 3. Hole number 4. Probably my favourite hole so far. A very much risk-reward. So this hole here, hole number 5, you can see we've got this winding stream that is in play probably more than once. So let's have a quick look at this one. Depends on how long the hole is. It's not too long. See, 270. See, that is very, very well played. That's a great creation, that is. Because I cannot play, if we zoom out, I've got nothing there with my driver. 3 wood is still going to be too long. I fear my 4 hybrid is going to run out. I'm going to have to come down to a 5 iron, which is going to make that second shot into this green really long. So, a cracking way to create a golf hole. Is this going to be about 200 yards? Just shy. That's going to be about 220 into this green. Yeah, 218 into this green. So that has made this a really, really tricky hole. I mean, it's stroke index 12. But based on club selection with a neutral wind, it makes this quite a tough hole to play. I need a good run here. I don't think we're going to get up on the green because it is uphill towards that flag. Alright, so now we're chipping up to try and save the par. Decent little chip. I haven't chipped that well in a little while. They tend to go a little bit long or a little bit short, but that was okay, and we've got another par. So 2 birdies in 5 holes so far. Going along okay. Another par 5 here, hole number 6, 531. On paper would suggest that we could reach this in 2. Playing 523, so even more of a suggestion that we could reach it. We need to make sure, if possible, we can keep this on the left-hand side. Problem is that we've got that little mound there, and if we go too far left, it's going to kick us. Sorry, too far to the right, it's going to kick us to the left. Too far to the right, it's still going to kick us further right. But that's okay. That's on the right side of the mound. 241 to the flag. I still feel that we're not going to have enough to get there. So this course at this yardage definitely benefits the master clubs. I'm going to try and ping this in low, just to try and get it on the green. I've hit it straight. Might be able to get it on the green. I don't think it's going to hold though. No. So we are going to be playing a flop shot to try and get this close to the flag and give ourselves a birdie opportunity. 28 yards, uphill lie, and I'll loft this up a little bit just to see if we can get it to check. Yeah, that's nice. 3 or 4 feet. And we're in for a birdie. Nice par 5. I like that one. I like that a lot. Could be challenging for an eagle if the wind was behind with the pro clubs. Definitely achievable with the masters. You'd definitely get there in 2. Alright, long par 3. Tricky. Very, very tricky. We want to make sure we can get it right down into this hollow here. Otherwise we are going to be struggling. Is that flat? It is flat. It's moving from the left. Otherwise we are going to be struggling with a downhill putt. I've hit a fast one, so that's not going to go anywhere near the flag. Got a nice bounce. Is it going to come back down the hill? No, so we're going to have a horrible putt left to righter downhill, and it's a lot downhill. So we are not going to have to give an awful lot on this one. .30 feet, should start to swing. There we go. And it should slow up once it gets past the hole, because it then goes up again on the other side. We've got about 6 feet coming back now. 4 feet, not too bad. And I'll give you my verdict after 9 as well, like I did on the previous course. Very sparing on the planting, I might add. I mean, when we had that hole, I think it was 5, where we had the river sort of weaving its way through the fairway, there was a lot of planting, there was a lot of stonework and planting around the river, but other than that, there's not a great deal on these. I mean, you know, you've got 3 bunkers there, you've got a couple of trees, and that's what makes it feel very much like a real course, is that it's not overly... Ooh, that swing line's horrible. It's not overly fussy. It does feel very much like a Parklands course. Still a long shot into this green. Uphill lie. Ball above my feet, so it is going to come back to the left. I don't think it's going to come back that much though. And if we get a bounce, it's going to go in the bunker. Yeah, it's in the bunker. A decent lie. Is it going to check? Yeah, it checked up nicely. It's still going to be 10-15 feet coming back. And we've got a tricky putt here just to try and salvage the par. Get in, get in. No. Alright, and that's not a gimme either coming back. So this hole is stroke index 2. Didn't quite see how many plays this has had. I think it was about 240. So it may not yet be handicap rated, but that is a bogey nonetheless. And we drop back to 2 under. Let's see if we can get it back. This is a long par 4 coming into the clubhouse. So this is one of the criticisms I had of the previous course that I played, is that the 9th hole didn't really give you much of a spectacle, much of a bird's eye view or a really nice view of the clubhouse, and this one does exactly what the last course didn't. If you have a look at this, you've got that real sort of and I suppose the best way to try and explain it, if you think about the 18th at St Andrews, if you think about the 18th at Muirfield, all of these fantastic courses have that backdrop where you have the clubhouse in the background, and this one does a cracking job of really putting that at the centerpiece of this 18th green. So really think this one's a great 9th hole, especially with the sun setting in the background there. And I'm taking it very fast. This is not going to end well. This is that was a nice kick there. Thought it was going to kick back onto the green. That was a long second. I mean, this is over 500 yards, this par 4. So this is going to be a tough tough third shot here. 36 feet. We are going to have to go all the way up here. I need to try and cut those. Oh, don't come back down. Oh, we are going to be getting back-to-back bogeys. That's going to come all the way back off the green. Wow, 17 yards. My goodness me. So we are not in a good position here at all. That should stop. So that was for par. And this is for bogey. So we are potentially... I say potentially because it's not in the hole yet. Yet we are going to get back-to-back bogeys to finish off the front 9. So 2 early birdies on 3 and 4. Another one picked up on the par 5 6th hole. And then we finish off the front 9 with 2 bogeys. Really nice opening 9. Really challenging. I like it. I think it's a great representation of what I would imagine well, not what I would imagine. Some of the golf courses I've played all around the world, this is a really good, accurate representation of what I would imagine a real course to be like if you were going to create it in this game. So far, so good. Alright, we start off the back 9 with a 472-yard par 4. Need to try and cut out those very fast. So I'm making a couple of little errors here and there. I want to try and cut those out. Alright, 184 yards. We've got about 190 yards into this flag. A little bit of a false front. I did spot that on this green, so we need to make sure that we get it onto the front of the green. I'm hoping this is going to hit the front of the green. Yeah, take some of the sting out of it. Is it going to hold though? Is it going to hold? No, it didn't. It didn't hold. So it's just rolled back off the green. Not quite. I mean, that was probably millimeters away from being absolutely spot on, but it didn't hold. We get that up there. We've got about 3 feet. But that should be enough to stop the rot. So after those back-to-back bogeys, we pick up a par. We stabilise the ship a little bit. And we go on to the 11th, which is a par 3. I haven't seen any real sort of feature holes that have grabbed my attention. Much like I did on the last course, we've got a nice little bank behind the hole here, so it's going to stop it rolling too far past if we're too long. Hole number 13, I think, on the last course was a real sort of feature hole. It played and looked beautiful, and I think every course should have a feature hole, much like if you think about the 12th at Augusta, you think about the 17th at St Andrews. I'm just trying to think of some of the others. There are quite a few. The 18th at Muirfield. There are a lot of signature holes on specific courses around the world. Sawgrass, the 17th, the Island Green. Those are the feature greens at particular courses. So, and I do think that every course should have a feature green, or sorry, a feature hole, and it's almost like a signature hole. It puts a stamp on the particular course, and it's what people remember the course by. All right, another par there. Hole number 12, 514-yard par 4. So this is attacking. If you have a look in the background there, you will see that we've got the clubhouse again. I'm just going to try and change this cap. There we go. So you would imagine if you looked off towards the northwest, you would find the 18th green because it was coming on in from the other side. I don't know if I can. Yeah, so that. Can we move this around? We can't move it around. I would imagine that on the left-hand side there, that would be the 18th fairway. And that was because it's got that same backdrop. This is a nice-looking golf hole. We've got a little bit of a drop away here. I'm going to try and take this on because I think that 34 feet downhill may allow me to sting this one over that little creek in the bottom there. Another risk-reward shot here. Has it got enough? It hasn't. It hasn't got enough. And this is going to be in all sorts of bother. It's going to end up in the water. There we go. And you heard the dreaded plop as the ball dropped into the water. Now we've got a tough. You see, I don't like that at all. I think that looks very, very miniature golf style, where you've got this bank on the right, this bank on the left, the bank at the back, and then the hole sort of sits in this little bowl in the middle. I don't like that at all. I mean, and that is just a personal opinion. I really do not like that, and it spoils what ordinarily would be a really, really nice golf hole. See, what will happen now is that you don't really have to put an awful lot of effort in order to get that ball close to the hole, because no matter where you put it, it's going to feed down towards the hole. You know, from 230 yards, I've put that 3 feet from the flag, and now I'm going to have a 3-foot putt to save par after being punished for being in the water. Really shouldn't have walked away from that with a par. So 12 has let me down a little bit on this course. All right, 13. Let's see if 13 can make up for 12. Let's have a look at this. Interesting looking fairway here. We're not going to be able to squeeze anything through there. I'm going to have to drop this short. I'm going to have to put it over here and let the ball feed down to the left. Let's have a look where this hybrid ends up. It should kick to the left. Yeah, it did kick off to the left, 255 yards. We're going to have about, I was going to say 180 into the flag. So a hole that requires a little more thought. Once more, we've got a false front. This designer clearly likes these false fronts. You get penalised all the time for coming up a little bit short. Looks like a 2, maybe 3 tiered green, but we've got quite a severe slope right behind the flag. That is going to push that ball back to the left. I'm not sure how much. 24, so that is going to play about 191. Let's see if we can get this up on the green. False front's going to take it out. Yeah, it's going to penalise me again. Yeah, this designer loves a false front on a green. I mean, and I get that. I like a false front, but not on every green. That was a poor putt. I'm going to drop a shot here. So we are going to drop back to level par. So I've gone 3 up, so I say 3 up. I've got 3 birdies, and then I've now got 3 bogeys. So back to level par. All right, par 4, 451 yards, playing slightly less at 425. Slight dog leg to the left. I don't think I've got any choice, but I'm going to end up in that hollow. So that entire 45 feet is going to be, you'll see when this comes to rest, it's going to end up right down in that hollow. I would imagine we are still going to have 45 feet here, 42 feet. So I'm right down at the bottom of that little hollow there. And that green, anything long, and we're going to go off the back. Again, we've got a slight false front on this. The landing area there is tough, really tough. This is playing 171. I think I'm going to struggle to keep this on the green. Yeah. I think and this isn't because I'm level par. It's got nothing to do with the score, and I did mention this on the last course that I played. This has absolutely nothing to do with the score at all. I am starting to cool a little bit on this course. I think it's gone from being lukewarm to a little bit cool. I am not particularly enjoying it now. It is very much of the same old thing, hole after hole after hole. There's not an awful lot of variation. Alright, so we are going to get another bogey. So that's back-to-back bogeys, and we're going to go to +1. More red than yellow on there at the moment. No greens, no eagles. Let's have a look at this hole. 237 yards, probably paying about 240. Again, the false front. It's like, alright, you've done it already. You know, we know you love a false front. And I've hit a fast there now, so not playing particularly well. May get a good bounce here and end up back on the green. Yeah, I don't think I really deserve that outcome. If it comes back off the front, yeah, it's hit the false front now. So that's probably a more realistic outcome. To be fair, the shot I played should have been punished an awful lot more than that. I think I got away with that one. We'll pop that one in for a par. It's nice to get a par after getting two bogeys on the bounce. So we've got 4 bogeys, 3 birdies, and we are 1 over par. Going into the final 3 holes, we've got a par 5 16th, 567, playing slightly less at 551. Probably, unless we can get a 300-yard drive, we are not going to be getting there in 2. Let's see how we get on. It is slightly downhill, so that may play into our favour. Just shy of 300, so we are going to be struggling to get... Yeah, we're not going to be getting to the green. I'm not even going to attempt it because there's nothing around this. I see, I'm not a big fan of that either. Not a big fan of that. I mean, that just doesn't allow you to go at the green at all. It means that you have to play 3 shots before you get to the green. Yeah, not a big fan of that. It's almost like, okay, I don't really have an awful lot to offer here on this hole, so let's just put a big chunk of rough round the green where you can't even attempt to try and go for it. You can't run it up, you can't do anything to try and get there. Should kick to the left. Alright, we're on in 3. Would have been nice to try and get on in 2. fair amount of slope around the hole, but we managed to creep it in there. I think that was a birdie. It was a par 5. Yep, so that brings us back to level. That was the first par 5 on the back 9. So we got a par 5 on 16 and 18. 17th long par 4. Not a very interesting hole. Once again, we've got all the way to 17 and there hasn't been a signature at all yet. Just going to come down a little bit to ground level here, because I think that if you end up anywhere remotely right of this area here, it's going to run off into the rough. This is, yeah, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of this course at all now. I think the second half almost feels like an afterthought. It seems like all the effort was put into the first half and it was like, second half, okay, let's just get it done. I mean, if it is a real course recreation, then, you know, so be it. And if the course is like this, then, you know, hats off to the creator for creating it. But I'll give you my verdict at the end. Right, 12 feet, 2 inches uphill. Should swing quite drastically. Oh, and it went all the way around the back of the hole. We are going to be picking up a par and we are going to be moving on to 18. Right, 541 yard par 5, 51 feet downhill. So we're going to get a little bit of a run on here. Going just shy of 300 yards. Not unless we can get another run down here. So again, you know, with that slope there is no way you're going to be able to attack this green. Not unless you've got a really vicious tailwind. I mean, if you had a 10 mile an hour tailwind, you may want to attack that with a 3-wood, but with the pro clubs, that's almost impossible. I don't think this is a real course, because I don't think that any real course would have that sort of change in elevation. Moving up towards the green, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I really don't know. In fact, I'm just going to have a quick look actually while we're waiting for this ball to land. No, it's a fictitious course. It's a fictional course. I've just had a look on TGC Tours. It's not a real course. It started off feeling like a real course, and the layout was very, you know, on the front 9 was very much like a real course, but it's just got a little bit silly on the back 9. You can see here again, you know, this feeding down into this little bowl here. It's, yeah, not my cup of tea, to be honest with you. As I say, you are more than welcome to play the course. The guy who's made this has made this for you guys to play it, so go out there and play it. I'm going to give you my verdict at the end. We are going to tap that in. I think that's for birdie, and I think that's going to get me under par. Is it? Yeah, 4 on the final hole, 1 under par, 71. Done and dusted. Let's have a look at the stats. 92% greens in regulation, fairways in regulation. Pretty poor on the approach shots. 50% greens in regulation. Putts per hole 1.44. My verdict for this particular course, guys, Melrose Golf Club by, I think it was Dylan Bronson. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Dylan Bronson. I'm going to give this an ice cold, guys. I really did not enjoy it at all. Front 9. I think the feature hole for me was, I think it was the fifth, where the stream was winding its way through, but the continued use of the false fronts, the sort of Mickey Mouse greens with the bowls and the, you know, where you've got a slope on the right, slope on the left, slope behind to feed the ball down to the hole. The crazy elevation in the green on the 18th, even though, you know, you've got the clubhouse in the backdrop in the background. No, not for me, guys. This one's an ice cold for me. I probably won't go back and play this. If it was a hot one, I'd be back and played it straight away probably. But this is an ice cold for me. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Leave some comments in the box below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and time permitting, I shall be back very shortly with another one on Hot or Not. Until next time, guys, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye now.